Hi, I'm Fiona Graham, Editorial Director at Light Reading, and we're at the big 5G event here in Austin, Texas. And I'm with Joe Beimel of KGPCo. So Joe, tell me a little bit about the company.
Sure, absolutely. So KGPCo has been around since the early 70s. We are a North American-based company. We operate in the wireless segment, obviously. We operate in the across telco and the MSO, from tier 1 operators down to tier 2 and tier 3. Also in the utility space and the cloud service provider market. We have a very large logistics and distribution business, a professional services business, where we're working inside of data centers all the way out to the edge. So we got a good sized portfolio. People always ask, what are you, KGPCo, especially at an event like this? I would say we're an SI, right? We kind of bring a lot of different technology together, integrate hardware and software, and take it to our customers.
What's your view on the key work and value that KGPCo is delivering on a daily basis?
Yeah, so I think we started working with Intel now probably about 6 years ago, and I think in the beginnings of that relationship, that was a common question: what is the value that KGP brings? I think we deliver technology to our customers faster, right? So our job is we work with a broad ecosystem of compute manufacturers and networking manufacturers, storage solutions, software players that service the market, and we bring all that technology, we integrate that technology, we take it and we deploy it. We use an approach called One Touch, and we take that to the market, and it's time to revenue. So I think that's a key value add. We have a lab environment, so we look at next gen technology, the latest and greatest from Intel and others that we'll bring in, and we'll look at how things will mesh together and how we can take that new tech out to customers, whether it's hardware or software or a combination.
So looking at One Touch, how does KGPCo make Intel's key capabilities accessible for customers?
Yep, I think in a couple of ways, right? So first, I'll go back to what we call the Solution Innovation Center. So it's in Irving, Texas, and that's where we will bring the latest and greatest of Intel technology, whether it's server-based technology, it could be their NIC tech, it could be some of their drives that they're working with, bring the latest and greatest technology together, along with the rest of an ecosystem. So you think of a lot of the things you heard here today to make 5G go, it takes an infrastructure, it takes a cluster-based design or a pod architecture at the cloud edge. So Intel's a key piece of that. So leveraging that technology, best in breed that they bring, with other products, integrate that and then take it out to the customers to start bringing the core infrastructure there for 5G.
So this is the big 5G event. What's KGPCo doing in this space, and looking at scaling Open RAN and C-RAN?
Yep. So I think when you look at the entire ecosystem, right, it starts at the data center and goes all the way out to the edge, right? So there are a lot of things that operators are doing today to increase capacity and speed and storage capability, bringing that content out to the edge. So we're involved there. So we work heavily within our customers' head ends or data centers, central offices, things of that nature, bringing that technology there. So we do that through both our logistics, our business, our system integration business and services. And then as you move out into the network, all the way out to the far edge, start working at the cell sites. We have a wireless division, and we're designing networks, we're integrating networks, deploying technology out at the edge. And as we look ahead to the vRAN or the O-RAN overlay, right, so we have to obviously coexist with what's out there today. How do we bring those CUs, DUs, those RUs out to the edge and integrate that in to the existing infrastructure? So that's the role that we play as that SI.
Leveraging the cloud and hyperscalers is more and more important to the communications segment, for example. So tell me what you're doing about this, and a little bit about your partnership there with Intel.
Sure. So I think first of all, I think that we've heard, I think through some of the keynote speakers today, that the hyperscalers, the cloud service providers are playing more and more of a role as a partner, as well as as an operator inside of our market, our segment. So I think that companies like KGP look at that as a new market segment. We've invested in that market segment with a sales and business development organization targeting our cloud service provider, all the major brands you can think of, and looking at how we can support them, much like we do with the tier 1 operators here in the US. So that's one example. So obviously focusing them on a target. How do we look at things like Azure Stack or other things that are out there that these operators are deploying? How do we bring that out to the market? So obviously they're focusing on data center technology, as well as they're looking at a lot of enterprise technology. Intel plays a key role in that, right? So that's something when you think about those guys, they're focused on high capacity, more capacity, because I think they're looking at a multi-tenant type environment. So therefore, we have to look at the latest that Intel brings to the table to really make that kind of a market segment work best. So that's really where I think we're providing that investment that we made in the market, and we're really starting to find some great success, both domestically as well as internationally.
It sounds like it. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today, Joe.
Absolutely.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
And enjoy the rest of the event.
All right, I will try. Thank you much. You guys have a great day.
And you.